Oh, what's this, Blaine? A duck.
When Blaine was born, he was born very, very sick. We were told he'd be lucky if he even lived.
When Tara went up there to see him, she was rocking him and, just kind of singing to him. And she said she just kind of started looking around at all the other cribs, and all of them said, I can hear, I can hear. But Blaine didn't have that sticker. We knew then, and he had failed his newborn screening test.
Unfortunately, at the time he was born, which was 18 years ago, there was so much misinformation out about cochlear implants and how to treat deafness. And then when he was almost 3, my mom, by chance, ended up getting a position with Dr. Peters. And she called me and she said, you're not gonna believe this. This doctor I'm working for is doing this surgery to make deaf children hear. So we immediately took Blaine to Dr. Peters. Dr. Peters did this surgery, and 18 years later, we have Blaine, who has accomplished more than we ever thought he would.
I was sent to Linda Daniels' speech therapy. The best thing I can remember was that I was not very cooperative at that age, and I never really cooperated with her and her speech therapy. And I used to remember I would just cry and bang around on the table, but hey, it was all worth it, because right now, if it weren't for her, I don't think I would be over here.
Working with Blaine was very exciting because we just had nowhere to go but up, and he had to learn, after he got his cochlear implant, he had to learn what sound was, because having been deaf, he had no idea that there even was the sense of sound. Blaine had the kind of support that a child needs to overcome something as significant as profound deafness. And so when the whole family is right there every step of the way, learning in the therapy session, going home, doing everything they learned that session, then the child can take that information, and then who the child is can grow from there.
I'm not gonna lie, it's really a very, very hard thing to get through all the speech therapies, but just keep fighting, and once you get through it, you will accomplish much.
Blaine has been exemplary his whole life. He has been someone that everywhere we turned, his mom and his parents, grandparents have always done everything they could to help Blaine achieve the highest level of functioning.
When he decided to go to school, he decided that he wants to be a biomedical science major, and that he wants to do optometry, something with the eyes, because he relies so much on his eyes because of his hearing. He really kind of wants to focus his practice on people who have hearing impairments, to kind of help them maintain their vision as much as they can. That way they don't lose 2 of their senses. Going from them telling us that, we would be lucky if he even had a 7th grade education, to now here he is, an Eagle Scout, and he's going to Texas A&M, and he's pre-med.
Had it not been for DHF, I can honestly say Blaine would not be where he is today. Then too, if it hadn't been for Dr. Peters, he just took Blaine under his wing, and Blaine loves him, absolutely adores Dr. Peters.
We knew deep down that Blaine could accomplish so much more. And thank goodness we had a support system. Thank goodness for the Dallas Hearing Foundation, for Linda Daniels, for Dr. Peters, who has been more than a surgeon. I mean, he has been a true mentor for my son.
Thank you for the Dallas Hearing Foundation. They have been truly the best. They've done so much for me, and I'm eternally grateful for them and their help. Without them, none of this would have been even close to being possible. These implants have really been the best things in my life so far.